The war in Darfur never ended. It only intensified and spread across the country. Villages have been burnt and abandoned again and again in Western Sudan. From over 2 decades of terror by the tribal militia turned paramilitary group, the Rapid Support Forces. We went to one of the remaining state-held towns in North Darfur. There's a nervous calm. The market squares are full of former rebels who've aligned with the state to fight the RSF and see everyone as a potential threat. We're in the heart of a town called Umboro, which is held by state-aligned forces. But there is still a sense of fear and paralysis about whether the RSF could strike at any moment. The RSF has a sprawling network of formal soldiers and foreign mercenaries, but also of informants and collaborators. These fighters are the kings of this hill. In the early 2000s, they were the rebels, but not anymore. Now the Sudanese army uses them to fight a common enemy, the RSF. We went to meet an intelligence commander outside one of their key strongholds.
Our right to the land means we have to fight until our last breath.
Who is supplying these arms to the RSF?
According to our sources, the weapons come from the UAE. Chad is just a corridor for these arms to reach Sudan. Chad's Adre crossing was opened by the Sudanese government for humanitarian access, but the RSF have used it for inhumanity. That is where a majority of the arms are smuggled across.
According to his intelligence, supplies travel from Chad through the Adre crossing into RSF-held West Darfur. The Adre crossing is only one of 3 smuggling corridors the commander says passes through Chad. And further north, he describes RSF arms and supplies arriving at Chad's Amjeris airport and heading to their main base and supply hub in Zurug town. These are videos sent to him by sources at the Chad-Sudan border. This one, he says, shows an arms delivery passing through the Adre crossing into West Darfur. There are no visible weapons or any identifiable branding. And these are land cruisers passing through the same crossing that he's told are painted in RSF colors and turned into lethal technicals. All of this, he says, is supplied by the United Arab Emirates. It's difficult to verify the location, destination, or contents of the vehicles in this footage, but UAE war machinery has been captured from the RSF during their deadly siege on North Darfur's capital, Al-Fashir. This video, shared after fierce battles outside the city, shows Sudanese state forces in front of burning armored vehicles. After comparing them to publicly available reference images, Sky News has determined the vehicles are designed by a UAE-based company. We presented the allegations in this report to the UAE's foreign ministry. This was their response. The UAE notes a marked increase in unfounded accusations and deliberate propaganda from the so-called Port Sudan Authority, one of the warring parties to the civil war, which actively undermines efforts to end the conflict and restore stability. We categorically reject any claims of providing any form of support to either warring party since the onset of the civil war, and condemn atrocities committed by both Port Sudan Authority and RSF. Publicly, the RSF has not acknowledged support from any external actors. But in an exclusive secret interview, an RSF intelligence officer from North Darfur confirms UAE support. When you speak to RSF fighters in the field, what are they telling you about the support that they're receiving from other countries?
In the beginning, it was the Russians, Wagner, and the state. Now, they say it is the UAE supporting the RSF. Many of the planes landing at Nayala are said to bring weapons from the UAE, and partially through the Amjeris airport in Chad.
Why do you think that the UAE supports the RSF? What's the mutual interest?
It's a financial relationship, no more. The RSF controls areas with large gold mines. Darfur alone has more than 4 or 5 gold mines, and the UAE is a gold trading hub. After losing their 2-year grip on Sudan's capital, Khartoum, the RSF tightened its siege on Al-Fashir, hell-bent on capturing North Darfur and completing their control of the region.
They killed people and burned 49 villages down. They didn't leave anything for us, even the little we packed to take with us. They would tell us to leave. This is not your country.
You've come here and you found safety, but do you really feel safe?
I'm scared. There's no safety, even here. It feels they are just quiet because of the rainy season, but they've been threatening to come here to Umbaro.
These Darfuri villages and towns are ground zero for the RSF's scorched earth policy, now living through a dark déjà vu, 2 decades on, raided by violent militiamen, more powerful and well-armed than ever before. Yousra Elbagir, Sky News, North Darfur.